Hello. All right. I am on Foundry. Oops. I wanted to post the link to Facebook. Oh my god, why didn't you tell me? I would have put on a cute outfit or something. Oh, thank you. Well, I'll take your word for it. Baby is sitting here. She's gonna probably come on screen in just a few minutes. And let me just share on Facebook and then I'll be ready to go. What am I journeying to find? The pools of Aegir? What would you call that? Oh, shrines. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, sending to Devin. I'm so used to doing this while everyone else is hopping on and chatting and everything. Oh boy. All right, I'm nervous. Yeah. Hey, did you know that our audio is streaming? It is. I just opened up the link and then I heard myself talking. Okay. Okay. I think I am ready.
All right.
It's weird not sitting next to you to do this.
Right. Fix the stream, the name locations. There we go.
Oh boy, I'm going to be looking at myself the entire time. I'm going to have to turn this off.
Yeah, don't recommend looking at your own stream. Okay. I believe all the sound is properly balanced here and sounds decent. Yeah. Just want to make sure.
If you're watching the stream, you might notice that things are a little different today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually in my own apartment for once.
Okay. Are you checking it out on your end at all? Stream. I just want to make sure that it's coming through and the sound is normal because I switched up some of the audio here, but.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay. Well then, I will dive in then if we're ready to go. Check.
I think we are.
It's too
Oh,
upbeat.
uh-oh. What'd you do?
I fixed it, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
So.
Too upbeat. I don't like that.
Grace. Your character, Galaxea, having dealt with the Gundersons and delivering them to Thrigrin, where they are now under the protection of the Paladins of Hyronius, You returned back to Thorim with the rest of your party, and slept long and hard after that whole ordeal. You discussed what to do next, and you all decided that you needed to split up and go elsewhere, to seek out individual quests and items that are important but could be done individually. Chad, the next morning, Chad asks you to take him to New Areopolis, and you do your best to plane shift in the general vicinity of that area. You both end up on a mesa overlooking these massive kind of Arizona-like desert area. But you drop him off there and return home, back to Thorim, where Thazal and Porkchop are off doing something. You're not entirely sure. You trust that they'll come get you if they need your help. But for the time, you have the day ahead of you, a few spell slots short. You reflect on everything you know up till now and think about what it is that you need to do next.
So, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is take a long rest, because I am a few spell slots short, and those are my important ones.
Yeah. So how do you want to spend the next couple days? Because Chad will need your help tomorrow morning as well, teleporting him around. So basically, you just have to wait a couple days of downtime. How do you want to spend those 2 days?
Sure. So I actually want to go back to Skuldura.
All right.
I want to go to the shrine there.
All right.
I need to commune with Aegir and try to get a lead on where these other temples might be, and it seems that is one of the places where the connection has been very strong.
All right. So sometime during this day or the next, you use Word of Recall to return to the shrine of the Deep Walker in the northernmost tip of the continent in Skuldura. You appear there in this dark blue, icy chamber. It's as you left it, cold and empty. You see the wall of ice where the eye had appeared once before. It seems to be not present or sleeping or something. What do you do?
So I am going to ritual cast divination.
All right.
So I will sit down and light my incense and try to establish a connection with Aegir.
Divination is a spell that you use to scry on things, or no? Is that something else? Oh, that's right.
No, divination puts you in contact with your god.
I forgot for a second. Okay. Single question.
Well, actually, maybe I should use commune instead. I think commune is multiple questions. Hang on, let me look.
So divination's one answer about things that are going to happen in the next week. Commune is more direct questions with yes or no answers.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find commune. Okay, well, in that case, I ritual cast commune and continue lighting incense, etc.
All right. You light the incense and calm yourself, relaxing in this darkness. And
so actually, before I cast it, or maybe right after I cast it, I know that I had a vision before of where these were. I would like to try to recall those visions and just bear those in my mind.
History check.
Okay, hang on. That is a 22.
22, yeah. Now you easily bring to mind once again these visions that you've seen before, meditating on them as you begin to cast this spell. The two locations that you've seen before, one is a waterfall cascading down into a large pool surrounded by lush and towering jungle trees, a blue sky above, and that's mostly it. The other is a steaming pool of hot mist hovering over the steaming pool, and crags of rock kind of jutting up out of the pool itself. It seems to be surrounded by dark black stone and snow on some of the outcroppings nearby beyond the steam. So with that, you cast commune, and you feel like the spell has reached through. amplified by your presence here in the shrine. What do you ask?
Okay, so it's kind of like yes or no questions. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Yes, no, maybe.
Okay. So I've been thinking about kind of where these might be. It seems to me that the steaming pool with what seems like a hot spring surrounded by craggy, dark black stone. Using my knowledge of the continent, I would place that somewhere around Akesh. And I also know that there's one on each continent, right?
Yeah, you've already been to the one on this continent, which is the bottom of Adowich Loch, the one you cleared out of the Beholder that was living there.
Okay. So, actually, I guess before I ask about that one, I need a map of
what?
the entire world.
Easy. Do you see it?
No,
It should be on your screen.
I just see Kamuin.
I'm showing everyone. You should be seeing this pop up on your screen
Oh, I can
right
see
now.
it on this. I can see it on the stream. I can't see it on Foundry.
Refresh your Foundry thing. I think it's out of date. Did you see Skuldura when I popped it up?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm doing the same thing now, so it should be showing. Have you rejoined?
I don't see anything now. Should I just exit out? I'm gonna exit and rejoin.
Yeah, you should just escape and like reload the entire page.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's maybe your internet being weird. You kind of froze up for a bit there.
Probably. It's really hot in here. I'm gonna open the windows. Hang on.
Go for it.
Also, it's still not loading anything.
Well, it says you're back.
I see Kamuin. I do not see the whole world. That's okay. I'll just look on the stream. Oh wait, you deleted it. Okay.
I've clicked the show you thing multiple times now. It should be there. It's not.
I'm sorry, it's not.
I don't know.
I'm not lying.
I don't know what's wrong
I'm
with
not making
your
it
end.
up.
Okay, so what do you need to know?
I need to know the name of that. There it is. There it is. The Tropics of Erebangan. I would like to ask my first question. I want to ask if the pool on Ebria is located in the tropics.
You concentrate and ask this question. You feel the ocean out and around you as you sit here beneath the ice, and you feel an affirmative, definite yes begin to like cascade around you as the ocean slowly churns in the darkness.
Okay, that's useful. All right. I really have no idea where on a cache that would be. I don't know the continent well enough, and I can't really ask for directions here.
You could ask questions like east, west, south, north, you know.
Yeah, but I only have a limited number of questions. I can't go through and ask each one.
But you can do it every day, right? Try and narrow it down.
That's true.
Up to you. You can do whatever you would like.
Okay, I'm going to ask if the second location is north of the Dark Spires.
The response you get is sort of unclear. It's not really north per se. It's not really south either.
Is it in Dark Spires?
Is that your next question?
Is my next question. Yeah.
You get a more assertive yes. Up in the mountains.
Well, that's a huge mountain range. How many questions am I allowed to ask?
5, I think.
3.
3.
So I've already asked my questions.
Yeah. With that, the spell subsides. You have a bit more information. You've narrowed it down to 2 regions on 2 continents.
Yeah. So, alright, that's fine. I would actually, now that I'm done asking my questions, I'll wrap up. I want to try to think of a good place to try to get some information. The people here, from what I know, they worship the Deep Walker, right? They don't really worship Aegir per se.
It's both. They seem to conflate the two. They don't necessarily have like a solid understanding of what one or the other is. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'm just wondering if I might be able to, because it seems like this is the last group of people on the continent that worship Aegir in any way, shape, or form besides myself. So I'm wondering if they have any lore or... Oh, you know what? So the other trident is in the ice, right?
Yeah. You look up and you see it encased in the ice next to the broken away chunk.
How far under the ice is it?
It's only about 6 inches.
Okay. I would like to try casting legend lore. It looks like I don't actually have to touch.
I mean, you have your own trident.
I know, but that one came from the other shrine, right? So I know.
You know, it's another trident. You don't know where it came from.
Oh, wait! I can describe a person, place, or object. I would like to try to describe a place.
So you're asking legend lore. Let me look it up. Name or describe a place. A brief summary of significant lore. Interesting. Yeah. So just make a persuasion check. Actually, no, not persuasion. I'm gonna make it be insight check, because you're trying to take what you already know from your vision and like what you've already found out to learn more. And so how much you know determines how much you learn.
Sure, that's a good point. I'm mostly trying to narrow down the location.
Yeah.
So that I have a better idea of geographic location.
Insight check.
That is a 16.
16. You dwell on it for a bit and cast a legend lore, focusing on this vision you've had in your head. Which place are you focusing on?
I'll start with the one on Ebria.
All right, you focus on
the
waterfall, and you refer to it in your head as the shrine to Aegir on Ebria. A series of images and like bits of information begin to flood into your brain, namely that this shrine on Ebria was once connected to the sea by a great river and home to hundreds of fish and water folk who would thrive in the forests around the pool where the ever-flowing pure water of Aegir would spring forth. It was once a big city in and around that pool. Location, you just get the sense that it's landlocked, and the best way to find it would be to trace the path of some of the rivers and try to find your way deeper into the forest. Eventually, one of those would lead you to this spring, this source of water.
Okay.
That's pretty much all you can get from that.
Okay. That is enough for me. I probably need to purchase more components before I can cast it again.
What's it cost
you? Expensive incense and leather strips, which a long time ago I just purchased a bunch in bulk.
Yeah, you did. If you've used them up, then yeah, you have to go get more. but
I haven't been keeping great track of how much I've used, but I'd probably need to get more by now, which is fine. So with that, I will word of recall back to Uthorim.
All right, you go back to Thorin. You go shopping in the spellcasting area district. There's plenty of supplies there. You quickly find what you need to cast the spell again if you buy the necessary materials. There's about 100...
Wait, I thought the only place to get spellcasting supplies in Uthorim was at the Mage College. Wasn't that our whole issue last time? We couldn't go find them cheaper somewhere else.
Well, I think you needed a specific thing. It was like diamond powder or something. It was like
okay.
Like strips of ivory. You could find that just about anywhere.
Okay. Gotcha.
In a big city like that. So
I'm giving you trouble.
So how much do you need? How much are you gonna buy?
I will stock up enough so that I can cast that a couple times. So I'll buy maybe, let's see, sorry, I had the spell pulled up. I think it's like 250 gold pieces worth of stuff to cast it.
It's, I think, 250 incense and 200 of ivory. So 450 total.
Okay, I'll buy enough for 2 to cast the spell twice.
So there's a slight markup. The total will be about 1,000 gold for 2 spell castings worth.
Why don't I get a discount?
Do you ask for a discount?
I do. I would like to say that I don't want to ask for a discount initially. I just want to strike up a conversation and talk about how I'm a baroness and one of the gatekeepers of Uthorim, and just kind of casually talk about, oh yeah, I'm getting the stuff for my next mission, and gonna try to save the world again.
All right, just roll a persuasion check with advantage as you flaunt your status in the midst of these random shopkeepers.
Okay. Sorry, 2d20. Keep highest.
All right, 19.
19?
Yeah, with that, you begin to talk them down. They give it to you for a fair price of what it costs. So, in total, 900 gold for the supplies to cast that spell twice.
I appreciate it. Oh, man, I'm going to have to go on a money-making venture sometime soon. I've been spending.
Yeah. You all have been definitely spending your money.
Except for Chop.
Who's been hoarding it? 30k. Who knows how much she has in her pockets. So you go to sleep for a long rest, right? You wake up the next morning.
Well, actually, no.
No?
What time is it?
You haven't done too much today. It's kind of up to you. How long did you want to spend hanging out in the shrine versus coming back?
So I'm thinking maybe I spent the morning there, came back, got lunch at home, and then went shopping. But actually this afternoon I would like to go back to my my childhood home, and I would like to use the library.
All right. You go back and let yourself in. As you go up towards the library, you run into a maid on the boardwalk, and she says, "Oh, Galaxea, we weren't expecting you. Such a pleasure to have you home again. Can I interest you in late lunch or tea, or what are you here for? What can I help you with?"
I say tea would be lovely. I am here to peruse the library. I have another mission I need to accomplish, and I always love to do a good deep dive into the literature before I get started.
All right, certainly. I'm happy to assist wherever possible. And she scurries off to make some tea and bring it to you in the library. You go to the library. What are you looking for?
Great. Well, if she's helping me out, that's awesome. Mainly what I'm looking for is detailed topographic maps of Athendria. I want to try to trace the river system, and using what I know about what used to be there, so the history, so there used to be a city. If there's any information about that, that would be great. Otherwise, I just want to kind of use my my keen mind to try to piece together geography, basically.
Yeah.
Like where does the river flow? Where would make sense for it to deposit that would match the description of the place
All right.
I was looking for.
So
and if Elaine would like to help me, that would be great.
She will. She assists you in your digging, and you spend the better part of a few hours digging through books, pulling out maps, some current, some very old, trying to cross-reference and totally pinpoint where you think it could be. Make a investigation check with advantage, since Amain is helping you.
I'm sorry, my internet stopped there for a second.
Yeah.
Make a what check?
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. That is my investigation. +4. I'm trying to roll in Foundry so that people watching the stream can see my rolls. Oops. Oh, come on.
You struggling?
It's not letting me roll. Hang on. 2d20. Keep highest. +4. There we go.
Nice.
That's a 20.
Yeah. So with that, you spend the better part of 2 or 3 hours messing around, getting a feel for it. I'll show you on the actual Ebria map. This is a overview of the Tropics of Arabangan. Do you see it?
No, it's loading. My computer is about ready to take off. It cannot handle all this.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I think it's more to do with your internet speed than your computer. But yeah, so if you can see that.
I see it now.
You look at the different intersecting rivers that you're aware of and how they all kind of go up towards the mountains, and you eventually come to the conclusion that directly west of Teako Mire, where the small tributary begins to runs into a sharp cliff face, you sense that that's probably where the waterfall would occur. Based on all that you know and everything that you've read and used magic about, you suspect it's in that region.
Okay. That's great. So I am kind of along this journey. I'm keeping a little book of notes.
Yep.
About what my mission is and what I know, and I would just like to kind of doodle a little copy of the map here.
All right.
And try to...
Well, you don't even need to because you've got that keen mind.
I know, but because I've never been there and I'm going to try to teleport there, I just need as much...
Yeah.
As much as I can get my hands on.
All the information you can find.
Yeah.
After you finish your tea, and Amain looks back at you a little tiredly, and she says, "Well, I hope I could help. I don't know if you really found what you're looking for, but I think that's what we're looking for, right?"
Yeah, I think this is what I'm trying to find. I do appreciate your help. I know you know this library better than anyone. I just kind of sigh and look at the map, and I just turn to her and I say, thank you for encouraging my interests all those years. I think that I am being led on an important and exciting journey, and I know that it wouldn't have been able to happen if, I hadn't been supported and encouraged at a young age.
She smiles and nods, and just says, "I'm happy that I could have been a part of that. I know your father and siblings were very busy growing up, and I'm just grateful that I was there to witness some of that growth and help it along where I could. We're very proud of you, Galaxea, all of us, including your father, even if he doesn't say it very often."
Oh, yes, well, I know how he is. Well, I do appreciate it. Thank you for the tea.
You're very welcome. Should you need to do anything further, I'll be here the next few days. I'm available.
Of course, I may stop by again. I have a couple things I need to look into. And perhaps I'll come by for dinner some night.
That would be lovely.
Great. Well, I'll thank her for the tea, and I will head back to our home. How much time has passed? Because I know I'm waiting for Chad, so I guess I will have messaged him at some
long
point.
rest. You sending the next morning to check. The next morning, he does reply that yes, he has acquired another fist, and he requires your assistance to take him to the monastery for delivering that fist.
Great.
You spend the morning doing that. You meet with a bluish-skinned tiefling named Zarissa, who helped Chad on his journey, and they deliver the fist to the monastery. You take Chad back to Thorim, where he works out and relaxes after his journey, and you think some more in your spare time. Think about where it is that you're trying to go.
Yes, in my spare time, I'm going to meditate at the bottom of my pool.
Yes, you sink to the bottom of your homemade shrine, this lovely, warm, trickling water pool in the center of your mansion in Thorim. Yeah, I'm just meditating.
Okay. Yeah, and once I've had a long rest, I believe I would like to try to set out for this first location. I know I still need to learn more about the one on Akesh, but I think it would be beneficial to focus my energy on one first, and then when I have that information, perhaps I'll have, a better idea of the second one as well. So.
Sure. So with that, you take another long rest to prepare for your journey in the morning, to get everything fully refreshed. But after you sleep, you wake up feeling well rested, well fed. You gather your things and polish your armor and set out in the morning, bright and early, 8 a.m., to travel for the first time to the Tropics of Arabangan and find whatever surprises wait for you there. So, what's your order of operations? Are you doing Shrine of Word of Recall and then plane shift to try and get to the Tropics?
I think so. I think that method is my best bet here. I will pull out my little map that I drew. I will focus. I guess this is once I get to the monastery. I'll focus on all the information that I have. And yeah, just try to make my best estimate to land maybe in one of the towns nearby or along the river, probably along the riverbank. I would like to try to land somewhere along the riverbank in the vicinity.
Yeah. So you go to the Nangshi Monastery, to the other shrine. You glance at the statue of Aegir and the Trident that also lies there, and focus and begin to cast...
Oh wait, there's a Trident there?
There's a suit of armor. There's a suit of
I knew there was a suit of armor.
Yeah, and a Trident laid across the base of it.
Okay. Maybe I didn't know that.
You get the sense that your Trident isn't necessarily unique in that regard.
Well, I didn't think it was, but yeah.
All right, that's barely gonna cut it, but you...
Oh, you're not gonna let me roll for it?
This is outside of your control. You've done everything you can.
Okay.
Okay. It lowers the cutoff point for that. So with that, you plane shift to the tropics, aiming for what you think is the river leading up towards your destination as close as you can get. You arrive floating in midair and fall about 5 feet, splashing down into a fast-moving river. It begins to wash you downstream. It's very fast and muddy. You can't really see anything. What do you do?
Well, I'm a fairly strong swimmer, so I will try to swim parallel to the current and try to make my way to the shore.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw for me.
Strength saving throw, all right. That's a 9.
Fair enough. You struggle against the current, even though you are such a good swimmer, and it begins to wash you back down as you try to go to the side and get out of the main stream. All of a sudden, there's a boulder in the middle of the stream, and you slam into it. You take 1 bludgeoning damage as you bash into it and spin away. Eventually, though, you do swim to the edge and pull yourself out. Dripping wet, you stand now on the shore of this very muddy, very swampy river. It is stiflingly warm and humid, probably about 90 degrees and like 100% humidity. Haze kind of floats in the air. You hear a cacophony of ribbits, chirping noises, birds, rustling. This is one of the most alive and vibrant places you've ever been. And all around you is green, glowing brightly. The sun is overhead. You're in the tropics. You're in a river, or next to a river anyway, and you look both directions. You don't see any identifying marks, only the direction of the river. What do you do?
I don't see any, I see lots of frogs, apparently. I don't see any cities or villages or...
You look around, you don't see any signs of habitation, just pure, wild jungle.
How big is this river?
It's about like 50 feet across.
Okay. I guess I just want to try to get some idea of scale, because I did look at the maps before, and I know there are bigger rivers and there are smaller rivers.
Yeah. Make an insight check.
Okay. $25.
25, wow. Yeah, you think back to your maps that you have just burnt into your brain, and you get the sense that you're probably near like one of the wider, closer to the ocean parts of the river. If you follow it upstream and following the map in your head, follow whatever tributaries you find along the way, you think you'll be able to get to your location. But it's a good trek ahead of you, probably at least half a day at least.
That's fine. I guess I was mainly wondering if I was in the more southern branch or the more northern branch. North of Iluwaddle or south of it.
Basically, directly north of it.
I'm north of that. Okay.
So you're above where it splits, but you're at like the central part of that main river.
I see.
Yeah, and then there's several little like branching paths that go away from that, higher to the northwest. Yeah. So yeah. West of Teako Mire is where you're headed, and you think that you need to go and follow the river to get there.
Excellent. Well, I will follow it upstream and make my way towards where I think I need to go.
All right. You begin to trek. It's slow going. You get up on the drier, like loamy moss and mulch near the edge of the river. Try to avoid being bogged down by the mud, but still pretty slow. It's miserably hot. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
All right, dex.
Not good.
7.
Over the course of the next few hours, these gargantuan mosquitoes begin to descend on you, biting and drawing blood where they can. It's very annoying. Okay. You swat them away, but over the course of several hours, you take 9 piercing damage from these mosquitoes.
I can't try to do something because I had an idea.
Well, what is your idea going to keep happening for like 5 hours straight? Because they're going to keep coming at you.
It could. I would like to use the Shape Water cantrip to collect the sweat and water that exists on my body and make a surface so slick
okay,
that it kind of just washes them away as they go.
All right.
So I can move or otherwise change the flow of the water. So I would just like to do that.
So you keep doing that. It can't get them all. Make another dex saving throw to try and that will help. It allows you to give that original one with advantage. No. You do your best. You wash them off when you feel them, but despite their size, they're very sneaky. After 5 or 6 hours, you do find the branch of the river that goes northwest. So you step away from it to follow that, hoping that it'll take you to your destination. Overall, though, you still take 9 piercing from all the mosquitoes on your trip.
That's fine.
So, you keep walking and walking. Is there anything in particular that you're doing or wanting to do as you walk along the riverbank? Just heading to your destination?
Yeah, I'm heading to where I want to where I think I need to go. Along the way, I guess, just, keeping an eye out around me, looking out for trouble and danger, and...
All right. As you're walking...
I'm not trying to be super stealthy, but I'm not, I'm trying not to interrupt and, invade anyone's space or anything.
Right. As you're walking, minding your own business, all of a sudden you see a small, reptilian face, kind of like a crocodile's head, breach the water. You glance at it, and its eyes open slowly. You see that they are much larger than a crocodile's eyes, yellow and slitted. They don't seem to see you immediately, and you watch as it begins to rise up out of the water. This head is attached to a very large and very thick neck, rising up out of the water and blearily looking around, sniffing the air. You're about 50 feet away on the shore. Hasn't seen you yet. What are you doing?
I would like to use a charge on my Trident to cast Dominate Beast. I assume it has a swimming speed since it's in the water.
Let me check. It may not.
Ah.
It does. It does have. Okay, I did not know that.
Great, then I need it to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. Well, this is about to get interesting. Shit. Okay. What do we got? 17.
That fails.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have an 18. It needs an 18.
No, doesn't your Trident say it's 15? It says,
why would it not be my regular saving?
Because it's this Trident. It's not you, it's the Trident.
Ugh, fine.
Doesn't it say that?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I didn't think about that because I just assumed it was my DC.
Yeah. No, it's different because it's a magic item as opposed to that. But with that, as you confidently stride forward and point your Trident at this thing, casting
I didn't say I strode forward.
Okay, well, you stood where you were.
I'm saying right where I am. It didn't see me.
It didn't see you, but you cast a spell on it, and it blinks confusedly, looks in your direction, and you watch as, from the water around that head, as it blinks in confusion and glares at you, another head breaches the surface, followed by another, and another, and another, as 5 massive serpentine heads on necks all arise from the water and all come together at the base to one single creature. A hydra comes crawling up out of the mud in your direction, all the heads slithering around, fixating on you, the tongues flickering out, tasting the air. I need you to roll initiative.
All right. Oops. That is a 17.
Alrighty. It also rolled a 17. What's your dex?
+1.
Okay. Well, it has the exact same, so just roll 1d20. Tiebreaker.
Okay.
Roll a 10.
Well, I rolled a 7, so.
It goes first. It will then immediately pop up out of the river, rising to its full, large, very large, and intimidating height, and attempt to charge you. It has a speed of 30. Oh, that's fine. It will charge up to you, to there. It will then make 5 bite attacks on you. What's your armor class?
18.
18. So 11, 14. So that's 3 of them that hit. And the other 2 miss.
Okay, 3 hit.
Yes. So you take a total of 34 piercing damage as
Oof.
3 of these heads bite down and chomp on you, stabbing down, and they rear back, hissing. It's quite a terrifying monstrosity. Your turn.
Alright, I am going to cast Etherealness.
On yourself?
on myself.
Okay.
And I am going to run away. And continue in the direction I was going.
Okay.
I realize that this is a battle that I am not likely to win without my companions. So I'm going to pull a pork chop.
Alright, so you cast Etherealness. Let me check really quick. That makes you just, like, go to the ethereal plane?
I step into the border regions.
Okay,
so
where it overlaps.
In the area where it overlaps, yeah.
You can move. How long does it last? Up to 8 hours?
8 hours.
Alright. Yep, they can't see
Sorry,
you.
GM.
No, it's fine, it's fine. This is one way to dodge around an encounter. So with that, you watch as you step back and 3 more of the heads bite down to where you just were, and then like we're back in confusion. They turn and like hiss and snap at each other and like walk around sniffing the air. You just ghost away to avoid them being able to catch up to you.
Galaxea just like lets out a huge sigh and she's like, oh my god. I was... Whew. 34 damage just from 1 round.
Yeah.
I would not be looking so hot.
Alright. So, with that, I'll say you just continue on in the woods, heading in the direction of this place. You can keep Etherealness up for up to 8 hours, I guess, right?
I think I will, because I can still see what's happening in the other plane, right? I just...
Nothing can hurt you there.
It's kind of foggy and gray, yeah.
Right,
but I know there are creatures in the ethereal plane as well, so I will keep my eye out.
Right. Okay. Make it a perception check for me.
Yeah, continue to go in that direction. Plus, let's go perception, 5.
All right.
15.
15. Let me change it back to ambient music.
Sorry to dodge your encounter there.
No, it's fine.
I don't do great one-on-one against enemies. So.
All right. All right. So, as you're going, after another hour or so following the river, it begins to like narrow and narrow, getting smaller and smaller, and becoming eventually just like a creek. As you get there, before you get there, about like another hour passes. You think you're getting close. It's getting very small and narrow, just like a small rivulet of a stream. All of a sudden, on the side of the bank, you see hovering in front of you this shimmering purple curtain of light, kind of like the Aurora Borealis, but like just emerging out of the grayness of the ethereal plane all around you. And it's just like partially overlapping this river, just shimmering there by itself amidst the fog.
Do I, from looking at it from within the ethereal plane, do I know if it's ethereal or on the plane of Athendria, or does it cross the border? Like, can I tell
which
plane it belongs to?
Make an Arcana check with advantage, because you have read a lot about planar travel in our game.
Oof, not great. That'll be a 13.
All right. You vaguely recall something about the border, like planes like the ethereal plane and the astral sea being sort of conduits to other planes sometimes, and things can connect and leach over through them. What this particular thing is, you don't know, but you do know that it is magical, and it could be useful, it could be dangerous.
I see. Well, I can't identify it, so I'm just gonna take a chance here. I will stay ethereal for now, but I would like to try to, go
Brush the curtain.
Brush the curtain.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. That's my con modifier. 2.
4.
6. Yeah.
All right. You touch this, you feel it suddenly like a magnet pulling you forward. You try to like lean back and dig your feet, but you're ethereal. There's nothing to dig your feet into. You are sucked into and through this purple curtain.
Oh,
You emerge on the other side. Okay, 1 second. No, I know where you are. You plop out on the other side, no longer ethereal. On cracked red earth, a parched dirt plain extends in front of you for as far as the eye can see. You stagger upright and look around. You have no idea where you are. You look up, and all you see in the sky above is, at a great distance, earth and stone. There is no sky here, only more rock. There are dead, like...
Am I on the plane of Earth?
You have no idea?
Okay. Oh, boy. But I do surmise that I'm on another plane.
Yes, this is no longer Athendria or the ethereal plane. You are somewhere totally else.
I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Actually, you would still be ethereal.
Boy, what else?
You're still ethereal, but you're somewhere else.
I'm on the border of another plane now instead of Athendria.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see anything else besides rock? Like, are there
Make a
any
perception
creatures? Okay. That's 20.
Yeah, so you look around like, where am I? You see, right on the edge of your vision, suddenly the ground, the cracked brown earth begin to shift, and bursting upward from beneath that, a gargantuan form, unspeakably large, probably 20 foot in diameter. This tubular creature comes burrowing up out of the earth, and this resonant kind of bellowing echoes out from where it is. It arcs over your head and burrows back into the ground on the other side. You're like... It doesn't see you. You're ethereal. But this is a very, very different place. Not terribly safe either, from what you can tell.
Okay. Well, no problem. I will... Oh boy, wait, can I do that? Oh, I can't. Trixie. Alright. I guess I'm stuck here. Oh boy, I have no idea.
What are you doing, Galaxea? You've got...
I am wandering around on the... Huh?
You got 5 more hours of etherealness, I guess.
I don't see... So, where I came through, I don't see anything to...
You don't see anything, but you sense innately that there's, like, trace amounts of whatever brought you through. You could potentially try and utilize that.
Well, I'll try. Just from my position in the ethereal plane, I will try to contact this curtain again.
Alright, just make an Arcana check. Yeah, you reach out, you do sense that it's still faintly there, but it needs a lot of energy to make it happen. I'll say if you want to reopen this portal, you'll have to spend a 5th or higher spell slot to tear it open again. Sort of like Word of Recall, using that type of magic to reopen this one-way door.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, what kind of spell, because...
I'll say you don't have to worry about the spell. Like, plenty of teleportation and planar travel magic. This is the same type of magic. It's just like, since it's already kind of like a weakness here, you don't necessarily have to use plane shift specifically.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of using what's already there.
I will then use a 5th level spell slot to try to focus my energy. Since it already exists, I will... use kind of the same mechanism that I might for another planar travel spell, but trying to use what's already existing.
Make a religion check with advantage for me. So use the divine magic and power of Aegir to try and reopen this strange portal for your own benefit.
21.
Nice. Yeah, that'll do it. So use a 5th level spell slot, and with that, you reach forward and begin to rip back open this strange curtain. It begins to flicker back into existence, this purple curtain, and through it you see the forest on the other side. You dive through immediately, and it immediately closes behind you. You are once more back in Ebria, on the shore of the river, away from wherever the heck that was. You've lost what seems like the hour of the day has rapidly progressed. It's now like probably 4 in the afternoon. You lost most of the day, but your timer is still the same, so you've got 5 hours left on your etherealness. But you sense that going and touching that curtain again would suck you through once more.
I will leave it alone.
All right.
Galaxea is just like shaking her head and muttering to herself, I've only been here a few hours, there's already a Hydra and an extra dimensional plane, and I just need to find the shrine. So I will just avoid shimmery purple curtains.
Okay.
And continue upstream on the river.
Make one more intelligence check with advantage.
Intelligence?
As you begin to dabble, wander up the stream using whatever knowledge you have from before. Nice.
22.
Yeah, after a while you feel like the river stops suddenly. It's like a small little creek. You're climbing, or as you're kind of like phasing through, because you're a ghost, rocks and boulders, eventually it just kind of stops. You, a bit confused, you hover around in the nearby area and find that it reappears again, like over a small hill, and beyond that it kind of went underneath the ground for a bit. But you keep following it. Eventually, you come through a clearing, and ahead of you, you see exactly what you came for. The massive waterfall crashing down into a massive pool filled with crystal clear water. Are you still there? It looks like you froze. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. And you
Hello?
You still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can
you just
hear
keep, your delay is like 10 seconds. It's fine. So you see all of this, and that's it. This tree boundary around this massive open space seems to be just kind of shielding and protecting this large waterfall. It's very beautiful. The pool is crystal clear. You see like rocks towards the bottom. And all around you do see lots of boulders, but as you glance at them like briefly, they look oddly shaped. They're more like broken rocks and broken structures even. You begin to see like small, very, very ancient traces of what was once maybe like a tower or some kind of building that has long since crumbled to dust and fallen apart with thousands of years of erosion.
I see. So I would like to wait until I am safely inside the shrine, or as safe as I think I can be, before I step out of the ethereal plane.
Okay. Well, where are you going?
I would like to go to the water. I would like to go into the water.
All right, you enter the water, ethereal, and as you swim through it with ease, it goes down pretty deep, deep blue pool. At the bottom, it's just sort of a flat, rocky area with lots of like dead trees that have long since fallen down but haven't like decomposed much. You look around, you don't see anything. It's just kind of like a deep pool at the bottom of a waterfall.
I see. So what I kind of knowing what I know about the previous shrine, I am maybe looking for a place to place the Trident, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like this place is pretty run down. The ruins are pretty old.
Yeah. Make an investigation.
Is there anything intact? Yeah, okay. Investigation.
Yeah. You float around the perimeter of this deep pool, and as you do, you don't see anything that stands out to you, just like smooth stone, clear water. What you do notice after about 20 minutes of that is a gargantuan crocodile slides into the water up on the top surface and sort of just floats there, paddling around aimlessly. It's huge, but it doesn't see you or notice you because you are not on the plane. But it's just hanging out up there.
Oh, it's not on this plane?
No, you're not on this plane. It is.
Oh no, I'm back on the plane.
You're ethereal.
No, I said once I got into the pool, I would step out of the ethereal plane.
You said once you got into the shrine. You didn't say the pool.
Oh, the pool is not the shrine?
You don't see a shrine. You see a pool.
Oh, okay. Great. Well then, in that case, I guess I'll go back up and gingerly avoid the crocodile.
Okay, you avoid him.
Pat it on its little head.
Doesn't feel it because you're ethereal.
And then I will just continue wandering around the ruins, I guess, and
make
try
another.
To look for maybe I'll actually go more towards the waterfall this time.
Another investigation check.
Okay. $15.
You walk around the perimeter of the pool and make your way to the head of it, where the waterfall comes cascading down. You dig through the ruins, but it's really just boulders at this point. Nothing stands out. But as you step into the water, pouring down, slamming into the rocks at the base of the pool, and go behind the waterfall, you see there, heavily covered in moss, but still barely visible, the shape of 3 deep holes in the side of the wall behind the waterfall that seem out of place amidst the natural rock and moss covering everything.
How big are these holes? Like trident-sized or like person-sized?
Trident-sized. As if
three of them.
3 prongs of a trident could potentially slot in.
Oh. Alright, I guess I will now step out of the ethereal plane.
You do so. You hear a bit of a commotion behind. You glance over. You see a second crocodile has joined the first in the pool, and they slowly are like rotating in space, and you see their little reptilian eyes focused in your direction. They're far away, but they see you.
Okay. Well, I will This is not actually a thing, but Aegir has helped me with sea creatures in the past, so maybe I'll just like send up a quick prayer and just like ask for Aegir's protection, and kind of in that, I don't want to harm these creatures. They are creatures of Aegir, and I want to leave them alone and hope that they will extend me the same grace.
Just make a religion check for me.
Okay.
Um,
25.
You pray to Aegir and hold aloft your trident. The alligators eyeing you slowly make their way a little bit closer. They just kind of stop and drift, like one blinks slowly, and then they just turn and both swim out of the pool and head into the jungle nearby, seemingly no longer interested in you for dinner.
Great. I'm just like, thanks, Aegir. Okay, with that threat seemingly not a threat, I would like to try to insert the trident into where it looks like it should go.
All right, you angle your trident and slide it into the moss-covered holes. As it bottoms out, you feel a slight jolt of like lightning seems to course through it for a moment. And then from behind the moss covering the entirety of this massive wall behind the waterfall, bright blue runes glow and emanate outwards from the spot where you pressed in the trident. You hear a rumbling noise as these 2 massive gates begin to slide open. Small pebbles and moss rain down around you as it rips through, and behind the waterfall now, open, are a massive pair of double doors leading into a large tunnel that descends downward into the stone earth. It appears to be flooded immediately beyond the entryway.
No problem for me. I will try to make my way in.
All right.
Can I move the double doors? Or no, you said they opened, right?
They swung open of their own accord because you used the trident. They stay open, and you descend through the water, diving down into this tunnel. In here, it is far better preserved than out there. You see like small fungal growths underneath the water. Not really fungus, but like moss or some kind. It's letting off
Is it phosphorescent algae?
Maybe. Galaxea wouldn't know, but potentially. Just
great.
small bundles of like faintly glowing green-blue luminescent light the way.
Ooh.
And you swim through this curving tunnel.
Vibrio Harvey eye?
Maybe. You emerge into a very large subterranean chamber, glowing faintly from this green glow. For all of these like small kelp forests in here, and strange fish that are kind of flitting around. Make a perception check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice. Yeah. So you swim out into this thing and look around. There are small, like very small slivers of light that stream down from above. You're all completely underwater, but you sense that maybe these small cracks lead up to like something above where the sun is allowed to filter through. And that's what kind of feeding this underwater, like subterranean ecosystem down here. The fish as they swim past are very strange.
Is there enough light for me to see, or should I be casting light?
No, you can
on
see.
My trident?
You can see fine.
Okay.
It's dark, but like lit enough. It's still, partially daylight outside. It's not completely dark in here. And you swim out, looking around, and you see immediately at the center of this large chamber is a statue of what you recognize to be Aegir. A totally different pose than the one that you saw at the bottom of the lake. It's a different type of stone, a different shape of a statue, but it is sort of standing there with its arms outstretched directly upward, and you see in like the way that the moss has grown and the kelp and the way that the fish are swimming, there seems to be a current sort of emanating from the statue going towards the cracks in the ceiling. Yeah, you just sense that more or less, but the rest of the water in here is still.
Interesting.
Still until you notice movement out of the corner of your eye.
Oh man, I'm not gonna avoid combat this whole time, am I?
You glance over, and you see this humanoid shape pull aside this thing of kelp that's kind of dangling there. It turns towards you, and you see its face for a moment, and it's a little bit strange. It's dark gray, and it has sort of these like long, thin ears, and it looks like gills around the neck. But as you like look at it curiously, it opens its mouth, and some bubbles come out, and you see then a ghastly, mostly decomposed lower jaw, and sunken, glazed eyes of something
it's a drowner.
Long dead. It leaps out of the kelp and begins swimming towards you with strange webbed hands and sort of like a body covered in what looks like armor. Fine armor, in fact, with scaled imprint on it, but its movements are erratic and irregular and uncoordinated as it flounders through the water towards you. As soon as you're like staring at this thing coming at you from about 60 feet away, you see something else. You glance over. You see another one, detached from the wall, begin swimming in direction. Another one above, below, to the left and right. Within a few seconds, suddenly there are dozens, no, hundreds of these creatures swimming towards you, swimming towards this source of light and heat that they haven't seen in eons. I need you to roll initiative.
Oh my god, hundreds? Oh. Well, it was nice knowing you all. This is where Galaxea dies. That's 10.
Galaxea. As you sit in the middle of this chamber with the light filtering down, you see hundreds of these creatures swimming towards you. A overwhelming sense of despair and death is sort of rolling in towards you as they converge. They swim irregularly, their movements horrific, some missing limbs and body parts, some barely even able to move and just kind of dragged along by the others, but they all have their intent focused on you. Since you rolled a 10, they begin to converge. They get closer and closer. At this point, there are probably... Oh, yeah, I can't... Doesn't even bother counting. At least 50 or so that are getting closer.
I thought you said there were hundreds.
Oh, yeah, there are hundreds. I'm saying 50 or so have made it very close to you. A lot of the others are still at a distance. But they're all kind of pressing past each other, getting closer to you. You have maybe... It's your turn. You have maybe 10 seconds before the first one reaches you.
Word of recall, back to Uthorum.
Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I used all my spell slots for that. I will use Channel Divinity, Turn Undead. So I need you to make 50 Wisdom saving throws, please.
What's the range on
or
that?
however many. 30 feet.
Yeah. So we'll say... Yeah. We'll go with 75. Since it's a normal distribution, and what's the save they have to make?
18.
18. Yeah, so statistically speaking, only 1 out of 10 of them will succeed. So as you lift your trident into the air, call upon the power of Aegir to cleanse these undead, a wave of light pulses outward from you, passing through 75 of these undead. You watch as all around you, they begin to implode and explode, and shards go flying everywhere of dead, rotting undead. With that, only a handful remain, seven or 10 of the undead who made it through, that seem, just on the outskirts, they seem surprised to what happened. They look around in confusion, but then they immediately continue swim towards you. So I'll say, yes, 7 make it up to you, completely hemming you in. We'll do 8. And then in that perimeter, many more of them were destroyed.
892.
So the rest are going to keep...
your roll.
Yeah. I don't even need to roll that many. So they're all... The ones that are all around you are going to begin trying to hit you. So that is... They do have advantage, though, as they begin to cling to your arms and legs as you try to shake them off. Let's see. Let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With advantage, I'll just do that. 1 crit. 2, so 3 hits. Roll again, see if I can get more hits. So we'll say 4 hits. So you take a total of 19 damage as these zombies are clinging to your legs, chewing on your arms, punching you in the side, trying to rip away the trident you hold in your hands. Meanwhile, all the others continue to converge towards you, hemming you in. You just see this writhing mass of undead flesh in every direction. And all of them look to be or at least were at one time, fish-like in nature. They have gills, some have mermaid tails, some have shark heads, and they all are trying to eat you as you stand.
Sure.
Your turn. What are you doing?
Well, before my turn, I would like to use my Channel Divinity to arc back lightning at any of the ones that hit me.
You can only do it to one of them.
What?
It's a reaction on a melee attack. You can do it back to your attacker.
Okay, fine. I will not bother then. Well, I'm gonna die if I don't heal myself, so I'm going to cast Cure Wounds, maybe? Yeah, I'll upcast Cure Wounds at... We'll do 4th level.
Alright.
What is D8 plus ability modifier, so that is... I will take it. Alright.
You heal 27 as this horde converges around you. Now they're above, below, all around you, all grabbing at your hair, reaching for your face, trying to bite in your arm. You're going to get even more attacks this round, since you let them all converge on you. One, wow. One. And then... 2. You take an additional of that as they chew on your armor and like bite on your trident. A lot of them don't do any damage, but you do take an additional 12 bludgeoning damage as they're trying to eat you alive.
Nice.
Your turn. You're at the center of this writhing mass of undead now.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 4th level.
All right. Let's see. And that does how much?
48.
And half damage on the save, right?
Yeah, and the save is 18.
Yeah. Well, how much damage? 12? Let me check really quick.
Oh, geez, that was a sucky roll.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So again, only 2 out of the 20 will save, but you pull forth the water around you, begins to swirl and glow, and begins shredding through the corpses of all these zombies all around you. However, only 12 damage, none of them die, and they continue to wail on you. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So you take an additional 15 bludgeoning damage as they are all biting and chomping on you, trying to rip you apart. What are you doing?
Damn. I will...
Is it when they end their turn or start the turn there?
Start.
Yeah, so that would have been the first time. So your turn, next time it'll happen again. How many channel divinities do you have?
I can only use that once per short rest, I think.
No, you can do it as many times as you have channel divinities to do it.
Okay, so I can do it twice per short rest.
Yes.
Okay. But if I do that, then I can't. Wish I had more channel divinities.
You get more every short rest.
I know, but I'm being attacked by hundreds of undead right now, so I don't really have time for that. I'm going to cast Dispel Evil and Good.
Is it a concentration check?
So, a concentration, so they all have disadvantage on me now.
So Spirit Guardians goes away, and they all have disadvantage on their attacks.
That's right. I had Spirit Guardians up. Never mind. I don't want to do that.
All right,
fine. I'll burn my last... What?
Is there a reason you're not just destroying undead?
Yeah, because I only have 2 channel divinities, and I wanted to use it to do something else, but it doesn't seem like I really have an option here, so I'll burn my last channel divinity and do turn undead again.
Okay. Excellent. With that, you blast it out again. Let's see, what's the radius here? By now they're all like clustered as tight as they can be. Yeah, so after that last wave, you blast through all the remaining ones. Only, I'll say, Spirit Guardians.
Those were not all within 30 feet.
I'm getting there. So yeah, about these many remain after that because they were either beyond or they saved on the initial blast. So then they're going to come forward. They kind of waver at the edge of your Spirit Guardians, seeing the horrible like swirling mist, and they're like trying to get to you, but they're afraid to enter. What do you do?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
I'm going to move forward to get them in my radius.
All right.
Go. At least those ones. Actually, I'll move forward. No, I think I can only get 4 max. Maybe 5? Does that count?
That's 5, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll just move.
All right. They start their turn. Roll damage for them. 48.
This one's better.
14.
Not great, 14.
Yeah, you deal 14 more damage, but they're still alive. They will all surround you and attempt to wail on you again. It's 8.
Ugh.
That's... Okay, no one hits in the first round. 2 hits total.
Okay.
You take 9 more bludgeoning damage. And they're your turn. There's a good chance that they'll be destroyed at the beginning of the next turn by Spirit Guardians. Also, actually, no, Spirit Guardians is definitely gone now from concentration checks alone.
I've only had it up for 1 round, 2 rounds now.
No, but every time you get hit, it's a concentration check, and that was 8 concentration checks in a row. You can roll 8 times.
Is there a way to roll in Foundry? Is there a way to roll and add your modifier to each of the rolls?
I don't think so. Just roll it and then look at them and like figure out what the baseline. You know, what do you have to get to do it? It's 2 nat 1s.
Yeah, well, I rolled 2 nat 1s. So
Yep.
Not great. Okay.
So it's gone. They're still alive, although badly damaged from last time. Your turn.
Fine. I'll cast Destructive Wave.
Okay. That you don't even have to roll the damage for that. They're definitely dead from that.
Okay.
With that, you blast out a destructive wave, exploding and destroying what remained of these undead. As you stand there, bloodied and bruised, amidst the red cloud of like decomposed matter and armor, you glance around and just see this wasteland all around you of hundreds and hundreds of corpses of these fish people, long dead and completely destroyed by your divine wrath.
I just muttered to myself, I'm like, where's Chad's clean rock when you need it?
Now what do you do?
Okay. Well, I guess I didn't really get a great chance to look around because I got ambushed, so I will look around.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
$21. Yeah, you peruse the perimeter. It's completely different than the shrine under the lake, but there are some similar themes. Just the overall appearance of the shrine and the one thing about Agir that is constant is just sort of the face. It's sort of thin, androgynous, almost alien in the way the eyes are depicted, like very long and large and kind of angular. With the hair waving around the head, but the arms are upstretched. And other than that, there's not much in here. It's just ruins of more of these. Looks like many more of these buildings along the outer perimeter of this room that have long since broken and like crumbled into nothing. And then, of course, all of these undead. You sense that this space may have once have been like the center point of whatever this community was, and these undead may have once been the inhabitants. But you've dealt with them.
Just for posterity's sake, I'll send up a quick prayer for the souls of the undead of this region.
You do so.
And well, I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't really think about what to do when I got here. I know that I have to do something to unlock the full power of my trident. I would like to just kind of try to think back on the vision that I had earlier, not the vision of the place, but the conversation I had with the Deep Walker on.
Yeah, make a history check.
What I need to do.
History or insight, your check.
Okay.
Your choose.
Definitely insight.
$14.
14.
Yeah, thinking back, you don't know exactly what to do in this scenario, but you do reflect on how he told you to bathe the trident in the waters of the other two shrines. What that means, you don't really know. But you're here, you're in the water, but that doesn't seem to be doing what it is that you want.
Well, so I think it's because this didn't used to be underwater. This used to be, it seems like maybe, well, no, you said they were fish people, so I guess it could have been underwater. I already went into the pool. I will go to the statue of Aegir and see if there's a place to place my trident there, because I know the current was a little different there.
You approach the statue and swim around the base looking for a place to put your trident. You don't see one, but as you get close, you do feel the current gently kind of rushing upwards towards those outstretched arms pointing up towards the ceiling. You do feel like there's a much stronger kind of rapid current emanating away from the hands towards the ceiling, towards the cracks above.
Okay, I would like to follow it.
Do you go into the jet stream, or do you just kind of...
Yep.
Okay. You swim up, and after a moment's hesitation, you swim into the jet stream above the statue. As you do, you glance down and you see the face upturned looking directly at you. And as you enter into the stream of water, it's significantly colder than the surrounding water, and it begins to rapidly push you up towards the ceiling. Make a strength saving throw.
I was going to say I would like to hold my hands out to brace myself so I don't hit my head.
This is like a jet, like an actual water jet. You are being blasted towards the ceiling.
Okay.
Oh dear. You weren't expecting it to be as strong as it is, and you find yourself crashing into the ceiling. You take 10 bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ceiling and feel yourself almost plastered against the wall at the top of this chamber as this water rising from Aegir's fingertips pushes you against it. What do you do?
Okay. I try to escape the jet stream.
All right. That's easy enough. You slowly just kind of swim your way out of it and back into the still waters nearby. You feel like most of the pressure from the water is escaping through the cracks upward into whatever lies above.
I would like to take a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, you swim down and sit at the base of the statue and take a short rest.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the bathroom while you do that.
All right.
Don't forget that you can use hit die.
I am definitely, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. You heal up at the base of the statue, meditating. As you do, and you finish your short rest, you look down at your trident, and you see that the gemstone, the sapphire embedded at the base of the three prongs, is now glowing brighter than it was before. You recall...
What was it? Okay.
The first time that you imbued your trident with anything was meditating in front of the statue at the shrine at the bottom of the lake, where you presented the trident and meditated, and it elevated it from its previous state of just being a trident.
Okay. I guess having recalled that, I will sit and meditate at the base of the statue. I suppose maybe while I'm taking my short rest, or I don't know how you want to do that.
You just focus on that while you're resting, and the water does seem to swirl around you ever so gently. In the very dark and kind of decayed ambience in here begins to gradually sort of recede as you relax and focus on this clean water emanating outwards from the statue. Nothing changes visibly, but after your prayer and your meditation there, you go and set out your trident once more, and it seems to have a bit more luster than it ever did. That sapphire glowing gently. And overall, you feel at peace. You feel like perhaps you've completed this part of the journey.
Excellent. Well, in that case, I would like to... So, first I would like to make a loop around the area. I want to check for more undead.
Okay. Investigate.
Okay. Investigation. Ten.
You swim perimeter a couple times, but you don't find anything. It seems that all the undead were drawn out by your arrival, best you can tell. You're reminded of the other temple of Aegir, just lonely, quiet, peaceful and serene, but still just kind of empty. Whatever, you feel sort of alone, whatever other creatures once lingered here have long since died or left or been turned into undead.
Okay. In that case, then, I would like to try to settle down for the night and take a long rest.
All right.
At the base of the statue.
You comfortably recline underwater at the base of the statue, breathing comfortably, as is your natural state, and you get a long rest.
All right. I think that might be the first long rest I've taken in water.
True. Underwater. Normally you have to accommodate your party members.
Yeah. Okay.
So you take a long rest. You restore half of all of your spell slots that you're allowed to have. Because it's we're doing, the rustic camping rules.
Right. Yeah, of course. Okay. I will pack up the next morning.
Next morning you wake up and begin readying yourself to do whatever. You notice that most of the undead corpses and all the armor that's been there has sort of sunken into the sand at the bottom of this chamber. It has been mostly, if not entirely, sort of covered up. The waters have begun to just wash away what remained of these individuals after you cleanse them with Aegir's holy light.
I see. So there are still some corpses that remain?
Just a few, but they're partially under the sand. They're definitely, give it a few more days, you would imagine they'll probably be swept away. Covered up by the shifting sands forever.
Okay. While I'm here, in the interest of keeping this place pristine and also putting these souls at rest, I would like to just use control water to try to shift the water around the sand and try to kind of speed up that process, and maybe almost like a burial of sorts.
So you swim around the perimeter, covering up any bodies that remain with the sand, attempting to give some form of proper burial to these folk that once lived here.
Before I completely bury them, I want to look at their armor.
You stop and inspect it. It's very old and rusted out, falling apart, but it does remind you heavily of the armor present in the shrine to Aegir in Nangshi Monastery. It is scaled and originally finely crafted, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. It seems like these were definitely followers of Aegir who befell some kind of fate that caused them to turn undead.
Yes.
So yeah, once I'm done with that, and just, generally tidying up what I can. Obviously, it's a ruin, but, then I will prepare to leave.
All right. After cleaning up and seeing nothing else of interest that stands out to you, you glance one more time at the tall, slender statue of Aegir and wonder about what happened here. What may have caused this? Why did this once vibrant city fall so low? You don't know.
I guess that probably wouldn't tell me much about it.
Do you leave?
No. Seems like I should maybe investigate that a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out a good way to do it. I kind of already did this, but I'll just do it again now that I'm here. I will cast Legend Lore again.
All right. Now that you're here...
Current tales, forgotten stories, or secret lore that has never been known.
Yeah. Now that you're here, you walk up to the base of the statue and place your hand on it, and you look around the surrounding space. You use that as the focus for your spell, and once again, these images and thoughts come flooding into your brain as you cast the spell. You see this space in its prime. A time long ago, you don't know how long, but many of these buildings line the walls, covered in decorative, glowing coral. You see hundreds of happy, healthy fish people moving around. Some look like humans with like fish fins. Some are blue, just like you, and look to be human in every way but their skin color. Some are mermaids of different types, and they're all like living comfortably around the statue, which is very clean, and the light above filters down brightly. You do see that seems to fast forward a bit, and now it seems like people are concerned. I mean, there's many worried faces. The light is dim, and they're swimming about. It fast forwards again, and you see there's only a few people in here. Women and children that seem to be hiding next to the buildings, looking around anxiously. And then, fast forwards again, you see this horde of creatures, undead, just hovering in the water, floating about. And at the center, swimming around the statue of Aegir, a creature of horrible appearance. Imagine a giant leech about 15 feet long and 5 feet in diameter, covered in hideous gray slime and sort of wiggling through the water with ease. Massive mouth of serrated teeth and multiple hideous black eyes glinting on its face. It swims around the statue and seems to just sort of move through these creatures, kind of brushing them aside as if it cares not, before swimming out through the main chamber into some space beyond. The last thing you think as it goes away is these creatures, these undead, just stay there, forever left as a monument to whatever conquest this creature seems to have wrought here. What it is, you don't know. But that glimpse of its massive, toothy, serrated, mouth-filled jaw and the sort of horror that it embodied reminds you of one particular flash you had when speaking with the Deepwalker. These mentions of outsiders, of these things from beyond that once were such a threat to Aegir and his followers many years past.
Okay. Interesting. Do I have an idea of the time scale here? Like, did this happen like hundreds of years ago? Because I know that most of Aegir's followers kind of died out
Yeah.
The practice of worshiping Aegir died out like 600 to 800 years ago. Is that correct?
At least. You would guess this place has been like this for over 1,000 years. You don't even know how long.
Oh wow. Okay.
You have no knowledge of the time scale here. But it's been like this for
Interesting.
hundreds and hundreds of years.
Great. Okay, I will, once I know that, I will jot that down in my notebook.
All right. It's not waterproof.
And just try to make a note of it. Yeah, I just thought about that.
You can leave it in your pocket
I'll
and
just
it'll probably be fine.
Commit it to memory.
Yeah, you just retain that with your keen mind feat. You don't need any help writing it down.
Okay. That's fine then. Alright, well, now that I know that, and I have done my best to try to restore, I will... Word of recall back to Thorin, I think.
All right. I will show you a picture of what this creature resembles. As you
I get a picture.
flash.
Where?
I'm making it now.
Oh, okay.
Uploading to the Foundry thing so that you and all the people who are watching can also see.
All the 2 people on the stream.
Yeah. You see it?
Yes. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. That's what I had seen in my vision before.
That's basically it, yeah.
Is that, does it match? Okay, when you say the vision I had, that was a long time ago.
You've had several. I was referring to when you were talking to the Deep Walker and it was communicating with you about what had happened many, many eons ago when Aegir was forced to leave with the rest of his followers. There was some sort of battle in the ocean, in the bodies of water with creatures like this, you assume.
Yes, but does this also... Is this the alien creature that I'm worried about again? I know that there was a threat that's looming, and there was some kind of tentacly creature. Does this match that as well?
Make an insight check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
22.
With that, you just recall some of the visions and things that you saw. It seems like, yes, the motion of it, the whipping tentacles, the rows of teeth, they align fairly closely with the sort of segmented images that you were briefly exposed to with the Deep Walker.
Okay, interesting. So I kind of now have an idea of what kind of
You have a face.
destruction has been wrought. Yes, I have a face. And what this creature is capable of. But I didn't really get a good idea. I didn't see how he did this, just that, or it did this. I just saw that it did.
Mm-hmm. You just saw that there was some looming threat that got worse and worse until suddenly everyone was gone.
Okay. All right. I guess now I will go back to Uthorim.
Okay.
Now that I know this.
You plane shift back to Uthorim and arrive back in the comfortable, peaceful halls of your mansion. You can take the rest of the day to do whatever you wish, but it seems that you've fulfilled at least one aspect of your quest.
I want to take my trident into my shrine, and I want to just play around with it and see if I gained any new abilities.
You do so.
Or if the power is stronger or something.
You test the waters. You don't sense that it has drastically changed in any way, just that it is perhaps further strengthened in your bond with it and with Aegir. You sense that there is a change, a gradual change, but nothing that you could really put a finger on yet.
Okay. Well, I've had a long rest already, so I don't really need to do that right now. So I guess now that I've got this done, I need to figure out the next one.
It seemed that way.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to kind of use the same tactic I did last time. I don't really have a great... I know much less about Akash than anything else. Okay, so it was a misty pool. I would like to... How should I do this? What was the name of the woman that helped us out in Akash?
Esme?
Esme. She wasn't from Akash, was she?
You don't know where she was from. You just know that after she helped you get rid of the ambassadors, you parted ways and she headed to Delamont, the free city in the northeast of Camuine.
Camuine. Okay, so she's on Camuine now. Oh boy. Do I... Grace, I'm trying to rack my brain, but I'm not coming up with anyone. Does Galaxea, have they met anyone that is from Akash?
From Akash.
Or has traveled there extensively? I'm thinking...
No, not really. You know that Chad just spent the past couple days there and had some connections.
But he's in New Areopolis. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to think of someone that I can ask if they know of a hot spring in the mountains of the Darkspires.
You don't know anyone by name, but you do know that like Shell Thalas, the capital city of the Resnor Dominion, you've been there. If anyone would know anything about that, it's probably there.
I absolutely am not welcome back in Shell Thalas. So.
Probably not.
I'm gonna avoid that. Okay. Alright. I'll just take my same tactic as last time then and see how far I get. I will go over to the library in Mar Elsinore.
Yes. With Amaine's help and a few cups of tea, you begin to pour over again, looking for anything in maps or history books that could be of use to you. Make an investigation check with advantage.
Oh, that is not 30. You said investigation? 4. Oh, sorry.
17.
That's a 6. It's a 16. I typed 5. I get a 4.
Oh, okay. You dig around for a while. You do find that there are naturally occurring hot springs that seem to bubble out of the Darkspire's mountain range. They're fairly common, actually, but they're located within a certain region, and that's mainly the area in the mountains north of Hellenora. I'll bring you to the other map so you can see it. But Kellenora. Kellenora is not a capital city, but it's an important city in the Resnor Dominion, associated with the Drow, and there's a whole history there. We don't read about that much. You're just interested in the geography. But it just says, yeah, basically there's like a 100-mile stretch or so in the mountains north of Kellenora where a lot of these hot springs are rumored to be. They are pretty deep in the mountains, though.
Oof, okay. But just kind of over in that region near Kellenora.
Yeah. There really is no map for that, unlike the tropics, which is like fairly topographical, and the rivers are known. And the heart of the Darkspire is it's a pretty dangerous and like rarely explored place. There are no passages from one side to the other.
Okay. I think this one's going to be more challenging than the last one. I can't bring someone from the party along with me.
possibly temporarily, if they're willing to help out, but not in a way that I would RP for them.
Sure.
What assistance are you looking for?
Well, I'm trying to think if there would be anyone that would have skills that would be useful here. It's just dangerous mountains, uncharted territory.
Well, you're awfully sneaky when you want to be, so...
Yeah, alright. Fuck it. I will just go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'll take a long rest and set out
Right.
the next day.
You take a normal long rest, getting all of your abilities back, and you prepare to head to, I assume, Kellanora the next morning?
Well, so in looking at the map, it seems that it's not that far from Shelthalis.
Well, if you measure, it's roughly almost 200 miles from Shelthalis.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll go for Kellanora then.
All right. With all the reading you did, you have a pretty good handle on where that would be. Are you using Word to Recall and Plane Shift to get there?
Yes.
All right. Also, for your reference, Word to Recall will take you to the shrine in Arabangan in the future, should you want to go there.
Yes. I knew that.
So, yes, with that, you plane shift away from the Shrine Aegir in the monastery, and you arrive atop a small hill looking towards this very old-looking city. You're maybe a mile outside the walls. It's dark gray and built into the stony rock of the mountains, the mountain range. And then far south of you, you see this massive stone plain with like lots of trees scattered across it, but they all look dead, long dead. You look towards Kellanora, and you see like a main road of dirt that seems to wind southwest towards Shelthalis, you assume. But yeah, it seems like this is where you're supposed to be, at least. You see the city, and you see the mountains looming behind them. What do you do?
I'm actually going to go towards the city. You said
All right.
it's a drow city, another drow city.
Yeah, it's all part of the Resner Dominion.
Hopefully the word of the blue-haired lady causing chaos hasn't reached this city yet, but
All right.
I will still try to be somewhat inconspicuous, you know.
All right. You approach.
I'm not going to barge in.
There is a massive stone wall around the entire city, and you approach the western gate. There you see two of these Draken guards, these drow wearing full like plate with like smooth, curved beak-like helmets, standing guard. They cross their glaives in front of you and say, "Halt! What business do you have in Kellanora, the greatest of the Resner cities?"
I nod. I say, it is truly great. I am here seeking information. I am a traveler. I am seeking passage through the dark spires in search of the hot springs. And before I set out on this treacherous journey, I am seeking perhaps to talk to someone who knows the area and could point me in the right direction.
They glance at each other and say, "Passage in our holy city is not allowed without a writ of passage from the queen of the Resnor. However, there are many dwellers outside the city that you may be able to speak with." One points up towards like a pile of, you glance over and see these like broken down shanty buildings like up on the hill outside the city. As you may find a guide there. There are some who wish to live outside of the influence of the city, and yet are familiar with the mountain ranges here. Go there.
I nod and thank the guards and go towards the shantytown.
You walk that way and eventually come into it. It's a small town. It's not really even a town, just like 36 buildings or so, haphazardly cut into the rock and kind of anchored there. Pretty sad, cold, wet. It's raining and overcast as usual. But as you walk amidst them, you see a weird selection of individuals. You see some goblins peeking out from like small huts with like bright yellow eyes glaring at you. You see what appears to be a hobgoblin like sleeping up against the wall, like passed out drunk, and you see a drow, an older drow, which, knowing the longevity of elves, tells you something about their age. Squatting there, stirring a pot, and just kind of glaring at you out of the corner of their eye.
I would like to approach this older drow. I want to, make sure my hands are visible and walk softly and really getting into the RP here. And just, make it clear with my body language that I mean no harm. And I would like to greet them in Elvish.
You speak in Elvish, and they reply to you in common. Don't speak that tongue to me.
I raise my eyebrows and I reply back in Elvish, in common. I say, well, my apologies. I thought I recognized you as one of the Elvish blood.
Yes, but I speak only the true mother tongue, Undercommon.
Oh, I see.
If I
must. Is that what they're speaking?
You know that from your experience in Shelthalis, they do speak Undercommon. That's like their primary dialect. They'll speak Common easy enough, but Elven really isn't like the default for them by any means.
I see. Okay, I would like to ask then in Common if it would make them more comfortable if I spoke in Undercommon as well.
They say, if you can, I'd appreciate it.
Great. I'll cast tongues on myself.
All right. You can now speak Undercommon and understand her. Well, actually, you can't really speak it. She just understands what you're saying. But anyway, you do so, and she grunts in some sort of approval. She says, "Would you like some soup?" And scoots over the cauldron towards you.
I peer into the cauldron, and
it is a miserable gruel of looks like some kind of maybe bread, water. It's like gray in color. You don't even know. Porridge.
I will politely decline and say I've just eaten. I thank you though.
Well, isn't that convenient? Not everyone can just be always full. To continue stirring.
I acknowledge but ignore her comment. I say, so, what is your name?
What is my name? What's your name? Who's asking?
Oh, just a traveler passing through.
I ain't telling you
if
nothing. If
names aren't important, we don't have to exchange them.
This is about trust,
Look,
damn it. You tell me.
Fine.
I'll tell you something.
Fine. I've come to this region in search of the ruins of an ancient shrine that is very important to me. I'm seeking information on how to pass through the Dark Spires to the location that I am attempting to go to. I'm seeking someone who can maybe point me on the right path, so to speak.
She dips her spoon in the soup and takes a big, sucks off the liquid and licks the spoon. It's rather grotesque. And she squints at you and says, yeah, it's dangerous, that path in the mountains. I've done it before, a few times, when it felt like it. I have a general idea. There is a path. There is a path, yes. It's small, dangerous, better for goats than people, but it's doable if you got the legs for it. She stares at you very judgmentally.
Are you aware of the springs? Hot springs?
I don't know. What's it to you?
I look at her and I say, look, if you're up for this journey, I'll pay you 50 gold a day.
Ha! 50 gold a day. I've seen better offers. and here in the town, in the shanty town, just bartering for my gruel. It's the best around, you know.
I raise my eyebrows. Is she telling the truth? Does she really get 50 gold for a pot of gruel?
Insight check. I guess you're passive. Just make an insight check.
Okay. My passive is 20. I'll make one anyways. Yeah, 16.
You kind of squint at her. She doesn't seem to be, like, lying overtly. She's definitely... You sense that she's, like, confident in her assertion. There's no doubt that she's telling a truth.
I say, all right, I'll go look for someone else then. Thank you for your time.
You turn and begin to walk away, and she says, "You won't make it far, dearie. I'm the only one around these parts who knows the trail into the mountains. All these other folk haven't been here long enough. If you want to make it in one piece, you're gonna need me."
What do you charge?
She takes another slurp of her soup. Money doesn't mean much when you're my age, dearie. It's gotta be something more interesting than that. What do you got?
I will pull out from my bag this potion I've been hanging on to since probably Brooksburg. It's a love potion.
Okay.
I say, well, we could barter in money, we could barter in goods, holding the potion. We could barter in services. I know quite a bit of magic. I will let you take your pick. This here is a very rare and valuable filter.
Let me take a look. Let me take a look at that. Do you give it to her?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You give it to her. She uncorks it, takes a sniff, and then immediately downs the entire thing. She like swishes it around in her mouth and gulps it down and is like, "Not bad. Shoddy craftsmanship." She tosses the glass bottle into her cauldron. She says, that is entertaining enough. I'll take you into the mountains."
I was gonna say she better now because she's charmed by me.
Except she isn't.
No, she's not. I shrug and I say, well, all right, fine.
Oh, I see a baby over there. She's trying to sneak into the camera. Hello, little kitty cat.
Baby, you want to come over and say hi?
She gets up, surprisingly, just like kicks over the fire, shoves the cauldron inside of her hut, grabs a cloak and just like throws it over her shoulders and begins aggressively hobbling off towards the northern side of the mountain range beyond the far reach of Kellanora. She says, "Let's be off, no time to waste."
I'll follow her.
All right.
Jeez, I didn't think that would work. I've literally been holding on to that filter of love for
a while.
Months and months. I never knew what to do with it.
So, make a dexterity check. I'm sorry, make an athletics check to keep up with her. She is very agile and comfortable in her... I don't know where she's going.
12.
You try to keep up. You constantly trip up over the sharp, like, shale rocks and craggy outcroppings as you go. She stops and yells abuse at you every now and then, like, "Ah, I knew you namby-pamby types wouldn't be able to keep up. Come on, we got places to go, things to see." And she, like, scurries around the corner.
I just shrug it off. I'm quite amused.
Yeah. Make a con save for me as you hike up into the mountains. It's very cold here. It's getting, the temperature is rapidly dropping. You're used to the warmth of like midsummer, but here up in the mountains, as you go higher and higher, there begins to be snow on the ground. It's like sub 30.
No problem for me. I'm good up to minus 50.
You have the ring, or what gives you that ability?
My armor. I have cold resistance.
You have cold resistance, but not...
I think that's the cutoff for it.
Oh. I think that's the ring of
That's
warmth.
like the
that
cutoff.
you're
And then
thinking
below
of.
that... Oh, okay, maybe.
So, you're thinking of the
I
boots...
don't know what the range is on this, then.
So, there really isn't. So, like, what cold resistance does is, like, just negates cold damage. Nothing else. You can just still, like, totally...
You've definitely let me use it when we were in, Rimehold. I didn't have on the ring or the boots, and you let me use the armor.
Sure. Well, we'll get to that. It's very cold,
okay.
and you seem to be not freezing. The well-crafted armor doesn't get cold, doesn't like hurt your skin, and you work up a bit of a sweat as you're hiking. But you do your best to keep up. So overall, though, she's not showing any signs of wear and tear or tiring at all. She continues on. This goes this way for most of the day. You spend the better part of the entire day hiking through the mountains. You're beginning to get pretty tired. Make another con save for me.
All right.
20.
You keep pace best you can, even though she is obviously faster than you. As the sun sets beyond the tops of the mountains, you notice the temperature actually beginning to rise a bit unexpectedly. It seems that there is it's warmer this high up in the mountains. Kellanora has long since disappeared below you. You've gone out of sight, and she appears above you like suddenly, like 20 feet up on this like fairly vertical surface, and says, "Up here, we're almost there. Come on!" And she keeps like scurrying, like jumping from foothold to foothold with surprising agility for an old hunchback drow woman.
All right.
I
follow her.
Make an acrobatics check to climb up this last vertical surface without falling.
Okay. Acrobatics. It's Dex.
You get about halfway
10.
up and then lose your grip and slide down, tumbling and crashing onto the rocks below. You take 13 bludgeoning damage and sit once more at the bottom of this wall. You have to scale it again.
All right. Do I need to roll again?
Yep. You try again and
not great.
take an additional
I did not tolerate that fall.
9 bludgeoning damage on this way down. You can try again and just keep trying until you get it, or you can do, I don't know, anything else to assist yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it. Can I did something like this once before. I used stone shape to make little handholds for myself.
Sure. Is that a cantrip?
No. It is a spell. Low-leveled spell. What level is it? I have so many freaking spells, I can't find it.
Right.
Hang on. Actually, I'll do meld into stone. I think that's what I used. No, it's not what I used. I wouldn't have used that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use stone shape.
That's a 4th level spell. And it has to be a stone object of less than 5 feet in dimensions.
How did I do this before? I definitely used one of these spells.
Mold Earth?
I don't have Mold Earth, so I couldn't have used that.
Well, yeah. I would imagine that was what I was thinking you were trying to say, because Mold Earth is a cantrip.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah. You got any rope?
There's no other way around. There's no,
Nope.
I can't, go around to the side and...
This is the easiest way up. It's just sheer rock all around you. You're up in, the peaks.
Alright, I'm gonna shout up to her.
You shout up, there's no reply. You can just try again if you want.
Yeah, I'll just try again.
Okay. Dex check. Or acrobatics check. 15!
15.
You Having tried twice,
Third time's a charm.
you scramble up, avoiding any major pitfalls, and manage to barely hook your finger over the edge, dragging yourself up over the rim of whatever this space is. You tumble over and find yourself on a large sort of basin, if you will. A basin in the middle of these craggy rocks, and you do see now, as you look around you, the vision that you saw before of this open sort of region with like standing water that's steaming gently, tall craggy rocks around, and a bunch of steaming pools at the center. There's like ruined buildings kind of scattered around amidst that, and some bridges that are like barely hanging in there, but you just see all this. You look around for the old drow woman, and you don't see anything, but you do smell something odd in the air. Make a perception check. Actually, make a history check.
Okay. $21.
It smells familiar, the strange scent on the air. It's like a certain incense that you once or twice partook of in a purple tent with the company of a strange furry creature.
A strange furry creature?
Ingvar. It smells like Ingvar.
Oh. I am surprised to see him, and I greet him.
You don't see him.
Wait, do I see him?
You don't
I
see
don't see
anything.
him?
You just smell the smell of incense that reminds you of Ingvar's tent.
I don't see the old lady?
Nope.
Hello?
Your internet
Hello?
must be dropping left and right.
I can't hear you.
I have changed nothing.
I can't hear you.
I will keep talking until you can hear me.
Hello?
You should... Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You disappeared.
I know, I disconnected to reconnect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So, as I was
Okay,
saying...
sorry, I missed everything you
I
said.
know. Your internet is being spotty. So, you climb over the edge, you look around for the old lady, you see nothing, but you do smell faintly on the mist, and it quickly evaporates. The scent of lingering incense, very similar to the incense you smelt inside Ingvar's tent a few times before.
Hmm. So this map is what I see here, kind of?
Yep. The fog all around. Here, I don't like the
What?
visibility here because it doesn't do much for the scene. I'm just gonna let you see everything.
Okay.
There.
Come here.
So what are you doing?
No, she doesn't want to. I still can't see any... I guess it doesn't update for me when you do... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I would like to cross this bridge here. So I came over from here, right?
Yeah.
I'll cross the bridge.
All right, you do so. There is like some moss and stuff growing around the perimeter of this steamy area.
I just want to, investigate. Does this look like my vision?
Yes, this is definitely the spot.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, I just kind of like shout out, like, thanks.
You do
Because I
so.
guess the old lady's disappeared.
She seems to be gone.
Alright. I'm gonna wander over to this thing here.
All
Looks
right.
like some steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like a shrine.
You walk up onto this platform and kind of glance around. You don't really see anything, though. You hear the faint echoes of your thank you fade away as you like glance around looking for something of interest. What you do hear, though, is not a sneeze, but the sound of like gurgling, something wet kind of flopping in the air. Make a perception check.
In the air. Uh-oh.
Well, something wet being flopped around outside of the water.
Yeah.
18. 22.
You sense that it's coming from the water nearby. You glance over and you see emerging from the water, the still hot, steaming surface, this lobster-like monstrosity strides forward, almost like if you think a centaur, but a lobster, for lack of a better term, with like horrible draping tendrils and tentacles dangling from its face, kind of writhing around under its mouth. It clacks its lobster claws and swivels its strange head in your direction. It makes this kind of chirruping call. It's like, and it clips its lobster claws together and begins charging towards you. I need you to roll initiative.
Oops. That should be a +1. So 3.
3. All right.
Uh-oh. Hang on.
What happened?
Nothing. Everything stopped. Oh, we're back.
Okay. This thing is going to charge up out of the water towards you and attempt to crush you.
Okay.
It's going to use its pinchers on you. That is an 18 and a miss. So you take 15 bludgeoning damage. Make a strength saving throw. I'm sorry, you are grappled by that. It grabs you in its pincers. You are just automatically grappled.
Okay.
After that, it kind of, these tentacles start reaching for your face as you're like held in its lobster claws. The other one,
there's another one,
will crawl out of the water behind you and come forward, similarly attempting to get you. You are restrained by the other one, so this one has advantage on you. A 22 and a 22. Both hit?
Yep.
So you take 27 bludgeoning damage from the second one.
Ouch.
Both these things are like hacking at you, trying to grab you with their pinchers. You are held by one of them. What do you do?
I would like to use my action to try to get out of the grapple.
Okay. Make a strength check. Or dex check, your pick.
Strength.
Not 20.
Not 20.
That'll do it. You duck out of its claws as it claps over your head. That's your action.
Can I use my movement to... Well, okay, I guess I can't really move away. I wanted to try to, like, roll underneath them or something, but... Well, that's fine. Alright, yeah, that's my turn.
You do nothing else.
I can't. If I move, I'm gonna get an attack
You
of
have
opportunity,
bonus
and I don't
action.
have any bonus... I don't have any bonus actions I can
Okay.
do.
They will both attack you again. There's a 16, which misses. The other one's going to try and get you with a 23 and a 12. So only one hit.
Okay.
You take 10 additional damage from that. Your turn.
Okay. Alright.
You're grappled again.
Fine, I'll try to get ungrappled again.
They're just going to grapple you again.
Then I will cast... No, that's not gonna work. Is grappling a restraint? Is that restrained?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna work. Never mind. Oh wait. Yes, it will. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay.
And use 5 feet of movement to escape from
Yeah.
a creature that has me grappled.
All right, so you just slide out of its claws. You're now very difficult to grab.
I am slippery.
Is that a concentration or no?
It is concentration, yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind. It's just 1 hour.
Yep. So you don't have to concentrate on
That's
that,
for now.
which is nice.
Yep.
Okay, is that your turn then?
Yeah. So they'll take an opportunity attack if I move, right?
Yeah. They each get 1 attack.
Yeah, sure.
So you're not moving then?
No, because I don't want to. I don't want to
Yep.
invoke 2 attacks.
All right. You do get hit by one of them. The other one's going to also try and hit you. Yes, that's 2 hits total. You take an additional 13 bludgeoning damage. Your turn. But they try and grab
Okay.
you, just like slide out of their claws.
I would like to use my Trident to try to cast Dominate Beast on one of them.
All right.
So it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Which is not its strong suit. Five.
Awesome. So it fails.
All right. What is
So
dominate?
I am going to. It's charmed. I can
Yep.
use it to issue commands. I'm going to tell it to attack the other one.
Okay. Issue commands. Gotcha.
And which one do I have? Which one did I
This one.
Okay, great. So, with this spell, how specific do I have to be? Can I be like attack that creature and don't attack me?
So if you use your action to basically like remote control it, you can have it do whatever you want. If you just say attack it, it'll do that without any further instruction. You don't have to use your action to do full control, just to say attack it.
Okay. I'm just wondering because I want to kind of step away.
Yeah.
But
It won't attack you if it's dominated by you.
okay, yeah. Then I will. But the other one is gonna take an attack on me.
Yeah, but it's going to take 2 attacks on your next turn.
Okay, fine. I will move. I'm gonna move back here.
Okay. So take 1 attack on you, which is a 21. You take an additional 10 damage as you run away. The one that you have enchanted will just stay there. Is Dominate Beast concentration? It is.
Nope.
So,
Yes.
yes,
it
it
is.
is. So make a con check on that.
Well, I thought I only took 10 damage, right? I have to. It's con check or how?
It's 10 or
10.
it's 10. So the check is 10. It's a wisdom
Oh.
saving throw. Or no, sorry, a concentration check was.
Wisdom? Oh,
No,
okay.
it's Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, you're over there. That's your action and your thing. So that one is going to attack its friend on its turn twice. And yeah, both of those hit. So it does 15 damage to its buddy and grapples its buddy. That one is confused. It's going to try and break free. Let's see. Cannot break free. It is grappled and thrashing around inside of that one's grasp. Your turn.
Excellent. Okay. I am going to. So, okay, I have a question about my trident.
Yep.
Can I use the other cantrips on it while I'm using Dominate Beast?
Yeah. You said to have the charges for it.
Yeah, okay, I have the charges for it. Great. I'm going to run over to the one that I'm not charming right now
Okay.
and stab it.
All right. You stab it. Roll an attack. Bless you. Crit.
Nat
Nice.
20. That's a 29 to hit.
Yep. So double the dice, add the modifier.
Hit dice for that. $11.
It's D8 when you have
Damage.
2 hands on it. 2D8.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Nice.
Unless you're doing it one-handed, for whatever reason.
So, our normal tridents, 1d8 plus 4.
They're 1d8 plus your strength.
So this one, it says in the description that I gain a +2 to attack
Yeah,
rolls
so it's
and damage
1d8.
rolls.
1d8 plus 2 plus your strength.
Okay, so it's 1d8 plus 6.
What's your strength modifier?
Oh wait, never mind. You're right. Plus 4.
Yep. So 12. You
12.
deal 12 piercing damage if you stab this thing with your Trident of Aegir. What is that? It? What else?
And then I'll use my bonus action to... Well, I'm going to back away. No, I'm not. Ugh, damn. Why did I get so close? Well, it's grappled. It can't take an opportunity attack, right?
No, it can still attack you. It just can't move.
Fine. I will use my bonus action to... No. Ah, damn. That's really not gonna work. Okay.
Shocking Grasp.
Well, yeah, I was gonna try to heal myself. I can't. So I guess I'll do Shocking Grasp, yeah.
Alright, so you use a charge on Shocking Grasp. How much damage is that?
I need to make... Oh, wait. Do I need to make an attack, or it already made the attack?
Melee attack. Melee spell attack.
19.
That hits, so you do 3d8 lightning damage.
Okay. I'll just max it out.
Okay, so 24?
Yes.
Yeah. 24 lightning damage. Use one of your channel divinities to blast this thing with lightning as you stab it. Gurgles horribly. Your buddy is going to attack it again for you. Alright, that is a crit and 1 hit. So that's going to do 3d6 damage, 15 damage to this other one. And then it's going to try and break free again. Fails. So it's still big grappled. Your turn.
Okay. Now I will heal myself, I think.
Okay.
That's not a good one. Sorry, I'm trying to find the best healing spell.
There's so many.
Well, yeah, I know. Going to cast Mass Cure Wounds just for me.
Just for
And
you.
3d8 plus.
I'm pretty sure if you do like normal cure wounds upcast to whatever mass cure wounds is would be a lot
Oh,
more
is that
for
more?
you. I think so.
Is
3d8 is not much.
No, you're right. It's not. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I can. It's 1d8 plus. Okay, I will cast then. I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds. Sorry, Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Okay, so that's 4d8 plus your
4d8.
ability modifier for wisdom.
22.
22 healing.
Not great.
Average. Okay, that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, your buddy's going to attack it again for you. That is going to be 2 misses. And it is going to, instead of trying to attack
the buddy you break free, it's going to attack you.
Oh, did it break free of my charm?
No, it's still grappled. So the one that's grappled is still grappled, but
Oh,
like
the one that's grappled is gonna attack
yeah,
me.
it's attacking you. It crits, so you take.
Ah.
It hits you twice, so 3d6. You're grappled. Actually, you know you're not because it's freedom of movement.
I was gonna say, can he grapple me while he's grappled?
Yeah, I mean like one's holding him, he's holding you. But you take 20 damage from that.
Woo!
Your turn.
I will cast Destructive Wave.
Okay.
I need them both to make con saving throws, please.
Con. One fail, one save. I'll say the one that's hurt is fail. The one that's saved is your friend.
Okay, so the well, I guess the one that failed should be knocked prone, but if he's grappled,
It's whatever. What's the damage?
so that is 21 thunder damage and 16 radiant.
All right. With that, you kill
And the other
one.
one takes half.
Yeah, the one that was being held down was destroyed and flies to pieces, like blowing up with your destructive wave. The other one is still alive and now no longer dominated by you, since you attacked it, I think. 37 divided by 2 is 19. All right. It shakes its head and turns towards you angrily. What are you doing for the rest of your turn?
No, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
before it's yeah. If it succeeds, then it's no longer charmed.
7. Okay. Still charmed?
Okay. Well, how are you doing my level spell for this? Because it's a level spell and it does get upcast. So what?
Oh, it's whatever the baseline is. It's whatever it says.
Okay, so it's just for a minute. I'm going to tell it to run as far away from me as possible.
All right. It nods and will then gallop off for the next 45 seconds or so.
Yeah, pretty much.
It kind of
As fast as it.
It hops over the edge of the far end of this pool and like clambers down over the side back the way you came. Seems to be gone after 30 seconds or so.
Great. I know it's going to break eventually, and it may or may not come back to me. If it does, I will fight it again. But for now,
All right.
I would like to chill for a second here.
You chill.
Can I take a short rest?
Sure. You sit down and take a short rest. About 30 seconds later, it comes crawling back over the edge of the wall, walking towards you.
Wait, but did I get my short rest in, or no?
It's like 20 minutes to 30 minutes of sitting down doing nothing.
Oh, I thought you said you take a short rest and then it comes crawling back.
No. You sit down to take a short rest and it comes crawling back. It starts swimming in the water towards you. That's its turn. What are you doing?
I don't know. I guess I'll stab it with my trident. Oh no, it's not close enough. Never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
6 seconds.
I'll cast Shatter towards it.
Is there a con save?
Yes.
7
Oh,
failed.
bless you. Oh, she sneezed.
It failed.
Okay. It takes 10 thunder damage.
Boom! You splash the water near it and it staggers but keeps coming. Are you moving at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
Okay, just running away from it.
Yep.
Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it gets all the way up right in front of you, but it doesn't get to attack you this turn.
Jeez.
Used all its movement and action to get to you. Your turn.
I will reach out and cast Inflict Wounds at... we'll do 4th level.
What
no,
save?
we'll do 3rd level.
What save is that?
It's a melee spell attack for me.
Oh, okay.
$20. Does that
Will
hit?
hit. Yep.
Okay, and then what's the damage on that? 3d10, 60-10. That is 36 necrotic
36
damage,
necrotic
please.
damage. It rears back, hissing and screaming as you like blast it with this horrible necrotic energy. The shell splits partially, but it's still alive. It's going to take 2 attacks on you, try to grapple you.
Damn. Well, I still have the effects of
That's true.
freedom of movement.
Yeah, you get 1 hit though. That's a total of 9 bludgeoning. Your turn.
Okay. But I'm not grappled.
No.
Yikes, I am cutting it close here, but I will stab it with my trident.
All right, make an attack.
Okay. Hmm, 14.
That misses.
Okay, well, that's my turn then.
All right. It's going to roll. Try and attack you twice. Both miss. Okay. Your turn.
Lucky. Alright, I'll stab it again.
That'll hit.
23. Awesome. Okay, and then it is D8, 1d8. 1d8. Ooh, nice. 12.
All right. 12.
Piercing, and then I'll spend another charge to do Shocking Grasp again. So, another melee spell attack.
That
19.
hits.
Roll 3d8
Okay.
lightning damage.
I'm just gonna max it out.
Okay. So 24. With that, you shove it up into its chitinous armor as it's rearing up to slam down on you, and you shock it with lightning. It collapses, and like purple ooze pours out, dead. Still there?
Great. Excellent. Yes,
Your
hello?
video feed is like decomposing.
Should I turn my video off?
Yeah, turn it off and back on. All right, you're fine.
Maybe I should just keep it off.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right,
Okay, so I killed the thing.
you killed it. You know, all is quiet
Excellent.
in this still steamy area.
I'm now going to take a short rest.
Go for it.
I would not have survived another attack. I'm glad it missed. Okay.
All right, you sit down and take your short rest, catching your breath, doing your best to heal up.
Okay. $73. Nice.
Is that 8 times your con mod? Yeah. Wow,
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
really high. Almost all of
It was a
those
great-
were max. There was
That was a great
4
roll.
8s, 2 7s, a 6, and a 5. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you heal a crap ton. After that, you feel much better. What do you do?
I want to keep looking around because this is what I saw in my vision, but I'm not really seeing
Yeah.
a shrine here per se.
Investigate.
I would like to, in particular, look for either a statue or what looks like the base of a statue, maybe, where something may have once been.
Yeah, investigate.
Okay.
You walk around this like central area looking for something that could be of use. You don't see a statue. You don't see where anything could be, but at the very center atop this pedestal you're already resting on, you kick away some of the filth from the creature you just killed, and you see beneath it 3 holes in the center of this raised platform.
Perfect. I'm gonna stick my trident in it.
You do, and once more these runes glow around and emanate outwards from the center. You hear a grating noise as it splits directly beneath you. You step aside and let it open, and it does, leaving a 10-foot wide hole going straight down into darkness.
Cool.
Steam billows up from within, kind of hitting you in the face. It's very, very hot, but not overwhelmingly hot.
Okay, I was gonna say, do I take any kind of fire damage or anything?
Nope.
Cool. Well, I will cautiously descend,
All right. You hang down.
keeping an eye out for undead.
Yeah, you squint down at the bottom. You do see at the bottom there is a pool of water, maybe 15 feet down. Looks deep enough that you can just jump into it. Then you do so. You splash down, and it immediately overwhelms you at how hot it is. The water here is like probably a hot tub level heat. It feels like unpleasant on your skin, almost overwhelming, but you can ignore it for now. And you swim deeper. It goes straight down into the earth and gently curves up, eventually coming up to another large chamber, very similar to the one in the tropics that you found before. Why is there 2 music going at once? Okay. Fix that. You come out into a large chamber, not as large as the one in the tropics, but kind of rectangular, and there's a statue of a figure laying down like on its back in the center of this room. Again, the water is still really hot in here, and you approach. You see a smaller figure, maybe about like 10 foot long, laying on its back with its arms crossed, almost like a gravestone of sorts. But the statue looks to be Aegir, but far less impressive, far less active than the other 2 statues. This Aegir seems to be resting, and is portrayed in a very sort of feminine like light. The shape of the way that the form lies there, almost as if they were resting. The sort of androgynous face with the eyes closed now, and the hair like kind of elongated, but like trailing off the pedestal in every direction. It's just a very different way, a very different depiction of Aegir than you've seen before. And you think to what you know and suspect that this may have been an interpretation of Aegira, the version of this god that is more associated with like the serene and healing aspects of water and the ocean. But you approach, and as you stare and look at this, suddenly you see something dart out of the corner of your eye. You look up, you see this snake-like creature with fins and almost like reptilian wings, sort of swimming with like a gliding kind of manta ray-like motion through this hot water. It turns and looks at you. You see an intelligent face, but it's snake-like, and it swims in a circle around you, slowly circling, just keeping an eye all the while.
I will keep an eye on it as well.
All right. Let's see. You are here.
In the dark.
Can you see now?
Only darkness.
Oh, is it loading? Should be loading.
says that you're here. Like, I see you like on my screen that you are viewing this
all
window.
All I see is black. Is that what I'm supposed to see?
I mean, zoom out, zoom in and out. Make sure you're looking at the right thing.
It's just black. I see on the stream what I'm supposed to be seeing, and I do not see that.
Just refresh your screen. Refresh your Foundry version.
Okay. Waiting.
Because you need to be having this running to even hear what it's about to say.
Oh, it's gonna say something?
It's going to.
Well, now the entire thing crashed. I don't see anything. Oh.
Just reload the
No,
application.
so it loaded, but it's still all black.
You-
Okay, I will just reload it. Oh wait, there we go. Now I see it.
Can you hear the music?
No.
Do you have the music muted?
No. I've had the music on this whole time. Oh, there the music goes. Okay. It's ominous.
Yes. So as you're hearing that, this thing doesn't seem aggressive. It's just circling you, looking at you, and the piercing, intelligent eyes seem to be communicating something. You suddenly hear, in your head, these words.
Thank you, child of the shadows. You have removed the last traces of the jewel on this temple. Before you may receive what you have come for, answer me these riddles 3, and prove your wisdom and worthiness.
Oh no. Okay.
What do you say?
I say I accept. What are the riddles?
It continues to swim methodically, following like a gentle current around the room, and you hear this following in your head.
What is full of holes, yet still holds water?
A sponge.
It does a quick dip in its motion and seems to show approval.
Red through and through, but it has no mouth. It eats many things. It fears water, but not wind. What am I?
I'm allowed to Google things.
I'm not Googling anything. I'm writing it down so that
Okay.
I can remember it.
Sure. It'll repeat for you if you'd like.
Can you repeat that one? That was a really
Red
good one.
through and through, but it has no mouth. It eats many things. It fears water, but not wind. What am I?
The first word was red, in case you didn't pick that up.
Yeah, okay. Red like the color?
Yeah.
Is it fire? Or flames?
It dips twice in affirmation of your answer.
Okay.
I
So
come
there's one more?
across as flat, but there is far more to me than most know. You climb my hills from top to bottom, and yet always fall from bottom to top. What am I?
Can you repeat that one again?
I come across as flat, but there is far more to me than most know. You climb my hills from top to bottom, and yet always fall from bottom to top. What am I?
If you are truly baffled, Galaxea can also roll for potential insight.
I would like to do that.
Galaxea, make a
Insight check.
Okay.
with advantage since your passive insight's so high. 23. You dwell on the meaning of the words, and while you can't quite place it, there's something about it that seems familiar. You get the sense that climbing hills makes sense. You have to go up hills, and yet you're always falling down.
No, falling up.
Yeah, yes.
You fall from bottom to top.
Yeah, you fall from bottom to top. And you think about the experiences that you've had, unique to you, and you reflect on your day of sleeping at the bottom of this small shrine on the other continent, and you did not float there. You were able to hold yourself down with some rocks or whatever, but normally you would fall upwards if you weren't suspended.
Water?
Water. I mean, you're buoyant in water. But what is the overall riddle asking about? One last time.
I come across as flat, but there is far more to me than most know. You climb my hills from top to bottom, and yet always fall from bottom to top. What am I?
Is it the ocean?
The creature...
Or like a lake, body of water?
This creature makes 3 successive bobs, rapidly swirls, and swims around you. You feel like the faintest touch of its scales on your body as then it shoots upward, up and into the ceiling, out of sight, where light dimly filters down.
I'm gonna assume that means I got it right.
It seems like approval.
Okay.
The guardian of this shrine, as you heard once, thanked you for removing the presence of the Chul from this shrine. And you have passed its test of wisdom.
So now I'm here by the statue
Yes.
in this hot spring.
You do sense the current. It was kind of riding in the current around the statue. There is water emanating outwards from underneath the statue, like just kind of outwards in all directions and swirling around the chamber.
I see, kind of similar to how the jet stream was previously.
Similar,
In the other
but
place?
far more gentle.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to then kneel at the base of this, where I can feel the water around me, and meditate with my trident in my hand.
You do so. As you do, the warmth has become more comfortable now, and you find yourself falling into a deep trance of sorts. You meditate there for a long time, focusing on the warmth and this gently swirling water around you. You feel taken out of your body into the darkness of this warm, healing, gentle space. As you're there, you suddenly feel this presence of Aegir, this presence that you've only felt this distinctly a few times, with particular emphasis on the one time you used divine intervention to get an answer for what happened to Chad. That's the only time you've ever really truly felt this presence that strongly. But here, as you sit here in the darkness, a massive face comes up out of the darkness. You see for the first time this visage, a gargantuan head. You are but a flea floating in an endless body of water, gazing upon the face of this entity far larger than you can possibly imagine, the neck descending downward into darkness beyond your view. You see a dark blue hued skin, almost purple, with glowing phosphorescent green eyes. They are large and alien and sort of tapered at the edges. There is neither like anger or aggression or like friendliness in the face. It is purely a sort of neutral expression. But as it comes into your view and you sort of have to like process the enormity of it, this immense being in front of you, you hear their voice in your head. You hear them say, "Galaxea, I thank you for this gift. You have healed my temples across the land and brought back a semblance of my power into the world. I am grateful, and for that you shall be rewarded. You look down and you see you're still like floating in the space, you're holding this trident, but it is crackling with energy and power. You look at the sapphire, it's glowing a bright blue light. Lightning arcs across between the prongs. You feel it flow through you. You feel your hair beginning to rise up as this energy, this blessing is bestowed upon you. With that, you are now level 17, and your trident is now the. If you look in your items, it's the trident of Aegir, but it is the awakened one, not the dormant one.
Is it in my inventory already, or do I need to equip it?
I just added it for you. You can refresh your page and then you can equip it.
Yay!
But it continues on as you glance up from it. It says, there is yet still work to be done. And the eyes narrow slightly. And again, he's not speaking. They're not speaking. They just have this like emotionless face. The enemy is drawing near. I barely won the last time I faced the enemy. The creatures from Yoria. With my last strength, I was able to banish them away from your realm and protect it by leaving it in the capable hands of my few and greatest. However, with the ages, they have lain in wait for the opportunity to return, and I fear that your entire realm is at stake. Your friends, your family, and all those that you care for, and anyone who might yet worship me, they are all prone to falling to the whim of the Chul.
The Chul?
The Chul.
Isn't that what I just fought?
The eyes, like, imperceptibly shift, and you suddenly see a series of images. You see these lobster-like creatures marching across a barren wasteland. You see thousands of them marching, and you see them just treading over the corpses of hundreds, bloodied and trounced upon. You see a pool of water that they all approach and stand around, and rising up out of the pool of water, breaking the surface, one of these horrible leech-like creatures. It tremors a bit, and all of them, in perfect unison, bow once, turn, and walk away, resuming whatever activities it is that they're pursuing. This leech-like creature descends back into the water, and you see a line of humanoids walking and just stepping into the water and submerging, following it into whatever depths lie below. The vision ends and it says, these creatures, they are known collectively as the Chul, but the true danger lies not with the minions, these creatures you fought here, but with the aboleths themselves, the horrible monstrosities from beyond that dominate all creatures and bend them to their will. As my most powerful servant in the realm, I beseech you to defend it, to seek aid wherever necessary, and to come visit me in my realm, where I will be able to most effectively aid you. There are others here who wish to speak with you, I would imagine, to hear of your adventures and to give you wisdom of their understanding of the true threat of the Chul. And for a moment you see a sudden flash of light, and you're floating in these like warm, shallow waters. Light filters down, and ahead of you is an immense city underwater. Massive bubbles interconnected with, sitting on the basis of like a giant coral reef, interconnected with tubes, and you see thousands of creatures swimming about, humanoid in nature, and these massive coral structures, buildings lit from within these bubbles, some sort of safe haven, if you will. The last thing
Does
you
this
hear.
match what? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, does this match kind of what I'd seen in my visions with the Deepwalker?
Partially, yeah. It definitely seems to be in line with that, but not. It's more clear, much more clear than it's ever been.
Okay, sure.
He says, "Come, seek your family, seek knowledge and power, and do what is necessary to protect those you care for, and to protect my legacy. Thank you, Galaxea." And the face slowly begins to recede into complete darkness. Nothing, like pitch black all around. The last thing you see is the dim, faint, glowing phosphorus eyes slowly go shut. And as they do, you open your eyes once more at the bottom of this shrine, holding in front of you the now glowing and lightning crackling trident, fully empowered with new vigor and purpose. You stand up.
Yay!
You feel powerful. You feel able-bodied in a way that you never have before, and thankful that you finally found and reached out to this deity that you've followed for so long. What do you do?
Oh dang. Do I have an idea of how much time has passed? Since
You've probably been meditating down here for like an hour.
Oh wow, okay. So it's probably pretty late in the day then.
Yeah. By now it's after dark. In fact, it's barely lit in here. A small amount of phosphorescent light seems to emanate from like beneath the statue, but that's it.
Sure. Okay, well, I will do what I did before then and kind of make a semblance of a camp here for the evening.
Right.
Just, to... Hello?
I'm sad because I missed the opportunity to have this filter on the whole time.
What filter?
The animation of the water underwater.
Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Damn. Oh well.
Woo! Actually, I take that back. I want to go back up because I was smelling Ingvar, but then I got attacked, and so I didn't really get to investigate that. So I want to go back up to the surface.
Okay. You go back up, climbing out of the hole, and as you exit, the shrine slides shut behind you, seamlessly hiding the entrance.
Okay. Do I smell the smell anymore?
Perception check.
Yeah. Not one. I'm exhausted, apparently.
Yeah, you're very tired. As empowered as you are, you don't entirely understand. You can't really smell much of anything. You've just been sitting with like hot water up your nose for the past hour. You feel all clammy. Anyway, you look around. You don't see anything, but with your passive insight, you know that Ingvar is a strange and magical individual. What the full extent of their powers are, you have no idea. And what they would be doing here, you don't know. You also don't know what happened to the strange drow woman who you were following. She
That's
just sort
what
of
I was going to
disappeared.
ask. Do I think at all that maybe that was Ingvar?
You reflect on it and the way that he just... The old woman just disappeared into thin air once you had arrived, and the lingering scent of rare incense that you smelled nowhere else, you assume that there may be that connection somehow.
That's so interesting. I wonder why Ingvar would help me but not reveal himself. Okay. Cool. Well, it's probably late.
Yes, the sun
And
has
dark.
set. It is dark, warm, but like pretty late.
I actually think I have enough. I think I could get back to Thorm.
You do have a 9th level spell slot now.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit. I have 9th level spells. Hang on. That means I get Gate.
If you want to pick that for today.
I kind of do, just to use
Yeah.
it. Oh, and I can fly now. I'm never walking again. I'm gonna fly everywhere. At least when I'm not indoors, apparently.
Sure.
Is how it works. Okay. 9th level spells.
Are you gonna do gate then?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Oh, it has to be on a different plane.
Yeah.
What?
Word of recall is your best bet for getting around this plane.
Man. That sucks. Okay. Alright. I won't use gate then. I will just use Word of Recall.
At 9th level.
No, I'll just use it. I have a 7th level
Sure,
slot. I'll
that's
use
fine.
it at 7th level.
So with that, you disapparate back to your shrine in Uthorim, arriving in the comfortable front room wherein lies your safety and rest after several fairly stressful days.
Yeah, jeez. That was a lot.
With that, you relax a bit and reflect on all that has happened, feeling that same sense of lingering empowerment from your connection with Aegir. You feel like you've truly done good in what you wished. And with that, we will end our session and await the various adventures of Thazal and Porkchop before reconvening for whatever comes next.
All right. Yay, level 17.
Finally. 9th level spells.
Oh, of course, when I see everyone else, I'm going to just be flying. I won't even fly that far off the ground.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep, just hovering.
you know, just show off a little bit. Great. Yeah, well, I know you said we're ending, but I just wanted to say that maybe that night I would go, or the next evening, I would go back to my family house for dinner and tell Emaine about, what I found, because she was helping me look for it. And just kind of tell her what happened, have dinner with my fam.
You do.
And, then go back home.
The next couple of days, while you wait for your friends to return, you eat your dinner with your family, and share all that information with Emaine. And she's very interested and surprised and concerned in turn as you share the story. But you show off that you can spontaneously fly around now, and she is very impressed and very proud of you. You see that emotion welling up frequently in your conversations. She never thought that her gentle prodding and encouragement and research early on in your career could have led to such a empowered and capable individual. She's very proud of you.
Yay. We don't have to RP through this right now because I know you want to end, but at some point during that, I would like to try to talk to my father about my family.
I think we should do that after everyone else has got back together.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
I just want to put that in, that's what I want to, now that I have a little bit more information about Aegir and myself and...
Yeah. Now that conversation needs to happen, but we'll wait on that.
Yeah, next time. Okay.
If you're still watching,
Great.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, thanks guys. I see a couple people are still on. Hi Colin. Hi Doug. Bye.
Bye. I'll stop the stream now.